I'm mentally ill with brown hair, messy room, clothes everywhere. Mommy was never really there. Mommy was never
Oh my god, this is a crazy person. Let's go. Yes, I love mentally ill people on TikTok. TikTok's Netflix Degenerate. I've never even seen this video. Every Kiwi Tapes video I've watched I have enjoyed, but I've never seen this one in particular.
Sara Rawrr, also known as Sara Undergrove, is a 26-year-old woman from the state of New York, going somewhat viral
And she is beautiful.
for her intense attraction to the fictional character Eddie Munson from Stranger Things.
Oh my god. Do you guys still watch Stranger Things? I think I watched the first two. I think I watched the first 2 seasons of Stranger Things. Then after that, I just stopped watching. Not because of any particular reason. I was just like, I'm sick of whatever this is. I just don't need to really watch it. It wasn't like a hatred thing. It was just I got bored. But then like this guy blew up not that long ago. Like everybody's talking about him and gooning over him. Master of Puppets like was a big song again, which is crazy because that song came out in 1986. That's like a classic thrash song. And I think it was like a super popular song on TikTok when this came out, when this season came out. That song Running Up That Hill by, is it Kate Bush? That song blew up as well. Like it's this show is like such an influence on the culture. People love it so much. It's permeated everything. I guess this woman is attracted to this teenage metalhead or whatever.
Well as numerous other controversies. The TikTok that brought Sara to the wider attention of the public was called War is Over. It depicts Sara outside during the first snow of the year, dancing to the famous song by John Lennon, Merry Xmas, only for her to dramatically pause as the words War is Over shoots up onto the screen.
What does this mean?
At the time she was
What does War is Over mean? BBW Jewess has our heart. Lol. What is this though? What is this? What does this mean?
Recording this, there were numerous massive conflicts going on around the world, so many assumed that it was in reference to one of those. But it's what comes next that made this TikTok garner millions of views. 6 months, 11 days, 86 hours, 30 minutes, 20 seconds since Eddie Munson has left us. I really don't even know where to begin with this whole Eddie Munson thing because it's so extensive. So So
he died in the show and then she's like flicker gooning over him, right? Eddie Munson. This guy, right? This guy everyone's talking about. Fawning over, gooning over. This individual. He looks like Kirk Hammett from Metallica. Classic late 1980s metalhead. Interested in bands like Slayer. Dawkins. I'm sorry, this looks cringe. I can't watch this, bro. This looks so cringy. I don't want to watch whatever this is. I don't need like the edgy 1980s atheist archetype to shine through in my life right now, to be honest with you. I'm just good. I'm good. I've had enough. I've literally had enough. Here's a good video to react to. So you're being gang stalked by Maverick Files. I'll cue that up for the next video we'll watch. But yeah, I don't want to watch this. Maybe it is a good show. Maybe in context it's less cringe, but I watched that and I was like, bro, I've had enough. I've had enough.
Start very simply and we'll build from there. Eddie Munson is a fictional character portrayed in the 4th season of the popular Netflix show Stranger Things. Portrayed by the actor Joseph Quinn, Eddie Munson quickly became a fan favorite. But as you could tell by the TikTok I previously showed you, this goes so much further for Sara. I'm not even exaggerating when I say I have seen hundreds of Eddie Munson TikToks on her page. Most are just pictures or art of Eddie thrown together that she likes, but some of this stuff is beyond elaborate.
Why do people get into fictional characters this much? I just don't understand it. I mean, obviously, like there's fictional characters I like that I think about that are cool. You know, there's portrayals of real people in movies I like that I think about that are cool, but it just seems so crazy to me to have a whole TikTok account all dedicated to this one fictional male character. Like, obviously, it's relatively harmless as far as we've seen so far. I mean, it's not really doing anything wrong. It's just like, why would you choose to spend your time that way, you know? I don't really get it.
Sara has a series with over 40 parts depicting the...
It's like the furry thing. It's detaching from the reality they don't like, I guess. It's a teenage girl thing. Is this a teenage girl, though? Is this a teenage girl? This looks like a 30-year-old woman.
Life that she and Eddie Munson would live together. It can get pretty graphic at times, so you would not be surprised to know that Sara has lost TikTok pages before due to lewd Munson posting.
Oh, no.
Let me just read one of these more PG Munson posts for you guys real quick. Sarah, I do have some other birthday surprises for you. Edward Wayne Munson. I swear to God you don't have to do anything for me. My love for you, Sarah, has no price tag. You deserve to be treated like royalty. So I got you something else. Yeah, that's about it.
What the is this, bro? Why are you writing that? What is this? Why? People making these fan fictions is so funny. There is one awesome one. There is one awesome thing. You guys know that comic that's like it's like Rainbow Dash or something, and then Mordecai from Regular Show. It has like the Haley Williams song in it. Rainbow Dash Mordecai. If I look it up, it'll probably come up. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Yeah, this is fire.
Can we pretend that airplane?
This is fire. This is actually the best video ever made.
I'm sure you've been able to gather by
Back on
now
track.
that Sarah really likes
I used to love that airplane song. That song is still fire. Airplanes with Haley from Paramore and in B.O.B. Bob. That is a good song. You can't deny it.
Eddie. She has tried to emulate many of his characteristics, at least ones that she perceives, getting her very own Eddie cosplay and calling herself a metalhead. The amount of hours put into Eddie Munson worship displayed on the Sara Rawrr TikTok page is astounding. And I found myself wondering, why does she do all of this? I've heard of people who are
She's in love, dude. Love is a strong emotion. Love is a strong emotion. Can make you do sickening things.
really into fictional characters, but this is a whole new level. So to truly understand it, I think that we have to have Sara explain it to us in her own way.
I'm mentally ill with brown hair, messy room, clothes everywhere. Mommy was never really there. Mommy was never
Oh my god, this is a crazy person. Let's go. Yes. I love mentally ill people on TikTok. Let's go, bro. I'm mentally ill with brown hair, messy room, clothes everywhere. Mommy was really never there. Maybe mommy could have prevented this. Maybe her mom could have prevented it from going down this way. I go for the fictional guys. It's not a phase there, just by type. The tarot cards say we're going to fight. They broke my heart. Now, one thing's for sure. I don't like real boys anymore. One day I hope to make this song longer. So she basically got her mom. Her mom is absent based on this poem. She has brown hair, which I guess is a bad thing according to her. And also some guy in real life broke her heart. So now she wants to be with a fictional metalhead guy in high school or something. I don't even know. I remember the Aryan Pony from when the 4chan boards combined. Yeah, I did a video about some of that stuff. It was a pretty crazy arc.
really there. I go for the fictional guys. It's not a phase, they're just my
Her voice is it's so angelic. It's so beautiful, dude. She's she's talented. Nobody knew she had this much talent.
my type. The tarot cards say we're gonna fight. They broke my heart, and one thing's for sure, I don't like real boys anymore.
Not gonna lie, pretty catchy hook.
I don't like real boys anymore.
On a different occasion, Sara claimed that her obsession with the character Eddie Munson stems from a dead best friend of hers, who, God rest his soul, reminded her of Eddie. Sara would even share a photo of her friend who sadly passed away. A reverse image search proved that it was just a model that she had ripped from Google Images.
Really? I wish they had. Is that the guy? Oh, this is like the guy that she likes or whatever. That's really interesting. So she just lied about that then? She just straight up, she was like, I like him because he reminds me of my dead friend. And then she didn't even have a dead friend. I mean, I feel like in her position, why not just be like, yeah, I'm in love with a fictional character. I'm kind of whatever. Like, why lie about it like that? Why lie about it like that so blatantly? I feel like on TikTok at least, maybe on YouTube people make fun of you. On TikTok they will a little bit, but on TikTok there's so much weird, degenerate content anyway. Like, nobody really cares is the thing. Nobody's really gonna shit on you for it. There's literally, do you guys remember like the reality shifting people on TikTok from a few years ago? I think I did a video about these people. They like, in their mind, they go to Hogwarts. You guys have seen these, right?
No! No! No!
I don't even know what the that meant. I want to see the Hogwarts one because there's a particular Hogwarts person that I thought was really funny. Oh wow, Nick is not green made a video about it back in the day. That's funny. Damn, blast from the past. The GOAT, some may say.
This year, Harry Potter fans have popularized reality shifting in order to go to Hogwarts and have sex with Draco Malfoy. Hey, Happy New Year. I first heard about this topic on Curtis Connor's podcast, and then he got attacked by the shifting community, so that seems very fun. In this video, I think I just want to understand more where these people are coming from, investigate some of the claims they say, and then of course, you know, like, dive into the culture myself, maybe. So before I dive into all the fun...
I hate how he talks. Isn't he canceled? I don't know about canceled. I mean, he got in a bunch of shit from the whole Super Mega thing, where he made some pretty bad videos about it.
Explain different methods and how this whole thing works.
And then his friends later shit on him. Can we just... I just want to see the cringe post. Let's see the cringe, Nick. Get to the cringe. Here we go. It's currently 9 a.m. and I just woke up from a full 5 months at Hogwarts. Take me back home. I hate it here.
And that's all fine and good. A couple of teenagers maybe being a little over exaggerated on the internet, but then you look at the comments. Hogwarts is real. We just gotta find it. I don't care what nobody says. What if Hogwarts is real and we were all just muggles? I believe there are alternative universes where we're superheroes, villains, wizards, etc. Except here on Earth, it's a story. I shifted accidentally last night just for a bit, and Draco told me Hogwarts is real. You just gotta find.
So yeah, like this is like the kind of weird shit that blows up on TikTok anyway. So I don't know why this girl would be so worried that she's obsessed with a fictional character. Why even lie about it? Maybe just sympathy baiting. Maybe she just wanted people to sympathy bait. She just wanted to sympathy bait people for the fact she had a dead friend when she didn't.
Leaving us no answers as to the source of her infatuation. After years of Eddie posting, Sara finally got the opportunity to fly to a convention and meet Joseph Quinn, the actor who portrayed Eddie Munson, in person. Sara flew from New York to Texas for this, and could not have been happier to meet Joseph, who after taking a couple photos with Sara, helped her up after she tripped. Or at least that's what Sara claims. Now that we've established that she is absolutely head over heels in love with Eddie Munson, let me lay a little bit of crucial information on you. Sara has a boyfriend who she talks about 100.
Wow. Yeah. What a beautiful, shining young couple. Jeez. He's got the... Are those like pit vipers? What's he wearing?
100 times less than Eddie Munson. In fact, it seems to be that way with every other man as well. She is extremely flirty with anybody that she perceives to be male in her live stream chats, especially the ones that come on panel and speak to her.
Does not look like Eddie Munson. Yeah, he looks like... Just from the way he's dressed, he looks like Scott the Woz if he was into like golfing or sailing or something, to be honest with you. It must just be weird to date one of these girls who's like obsessing over fictional men all the time. I mean, I don't think it really makes you a cuck, but it is just like, you know, isn't bro at home enough? Can't you fantasize about him? Ideally, you date someone where you don't need to fantasize about some Stranger Things guy, right? In my mind. In my humble opinion.
She's got at least 2 or 3 of these other dudes who she'll bring on panel just to flirt with. And I haven't even gotten to her best friend, Tim, whose house she frequently spends the night at, and saying that her boyfriend Michael has been cheated on is actually backed up with a good bit of evidence. After staying at one of her female friends' houses, it became clear that Sara had overstepped her bounds. This friend would go on to publicly state that Sara had cheated on Michael 2 times that she knew of. She also had some other things to say about Sara's stay. She was smoking cigarettes in the house, stealing lighters, and even flirting with her friend's boyfriend.
Smoking cigarettes in the house, stealing lighters, I mean, that seems pretty base. That seems like good. I mean, cheating on your boyfriend is definitely not a good thing to do. I don't know why she just... With these kinds of people, I just don't get why they don't get off the internet if their personal life just gets out there. Like, why... It's not like she's making money off of it. Like, she's just an idiot who just makes content about how she loves Eddie Munson or whatever. Like, why even... Is it really worth it to have your personal life exposed in all of TikTok so you can make your, like, cringe fan videos? I don't really get it.
Which resulted in her getting kicked out.
It's so normalized now, like, the idea of just having your entire personal life online. So many YouTubers and stuff do this. Like, so many YouTubers are fine with their... Especially streamers. They're fine with their entire personal life and whatever drama they have in their personal life and all these situations. Like, it's just, it doesn't need to be out there. Why would you want that out there, you know? People are just so cool with it. How do these women even find people to cheat with? There are guys who will anything is all I'll say about that. I mean, we've seen the memes, okay? We've seen the memes. It's sort of, Let me find a good example, because I've definitely got a bunch of them somewhere on my timeline. It's sort of this kind of situation, you know. I mean, it's dark. It's a dark situation to be in, but you know, it happens to the best of us now and then. It happens to the best of us, brother. You know, to each their own. That's all I can say. You know, it's 3 a.m. You're horny, you know, you're flicker gooning maybe. You're having a hard time. This is the kind of stuff that you might get into, you know. I don't think it's a good thing, but you know, we all have our lapses in judgment is all I can say about that one. We all have our momentary lapses in judgment. As long as you regret it after and work better to not do it again, I think you're fine.
Statement and all of the stuff that I've seen in the clips paint a very clear picture as to what's going on. And all of this makes more sense the longer you watch Sara, because
Destiny out here with no private life. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I've always questioned about him and always wondered about, like, why he's like, he doesn't seem to have any qualms about his private life being out there to a certain extent, and I've just never got that. I guess maybe it's just a lack of insecurity around it. Like, he genuinely doesn't care how people feel about some of the, you know, speculations and questions people have about him and insults and criticism. But I just, like, I personally have never wanted my private life to be out there for the entire internet to say. Shout out to all the members who get the full live stream VODs when they are set to members only after I stream. There's a whole catalog of content. There's hours and hours and hours of streams on members. And you only get it if you're a member. You only get it if you're a member. So shout out to the members for supporting the channel. And as I said, once I already have the members only podcast, which is the exclusive podcast just for members, but I will be updating the set in real life. So there's like, once I have a house, I'm going to have more kind of space to get that kind of stuff done, to like have like a nicer set. It'll be an IRL podcast. Okay.
the sheer amount of pointless lies is staggering.
When you finally find the Target exclusive Eddie Munson Funko Pop.
She talks like exactly how you'd expect. She looks and talks like exactly how you'd expect this kind of person. Like, if somebody heard like TikTok 30-year-old woman who's obsessed with Eddie Munson, she's exactly the stereotype that you would guess.
But you have not one, but two in your cart because you were actually surprising your great friend with one and one for yourself, like a good human would. So far and behold,
her cadence is so weird. I've never heard someone who, she almost talks like she's like narrating something like a good human would. You're going to do what you do when you're a good human who would do a good thing. Like, who talks like that? Who says words like that?
I got punched in the face by a man at Target. This has healed. This is worse. I have like a little bump on my nose. It's not a pimple. I got punched, so my black eye has gotten better. This hurts like shit because I wear glasses. So yeah, again, I got punched, knocked.
Talks like the Shadows guy. She doesn't really talk like the Shadows guy because he's trying to sound intelligent. She's not really trying to do that. She's trying to sound like a mythical creature.
Out. Didn't get any of the Funko Pops or the Eddie Munson ones because this creepy ass guy got both. Target, bring them back and do better, please. Thank you.
Are you tired of listening to your Eddie?
Nope.
Below. Oh, I also forgot to tell you that she owns over 100 Funko Pops.
Oh no.
That she pronounces Funko Pops. The more you know. Sara's
Funko Pops? What the Funko Pops is actually really funny. Anytime now on that I have to say the word Funko Pop, chat, remind me. We're saying Funko Pop. From now on, we're saying Funko Pop. Funko. I love my Funko Pops so much. I like to collect my Funko Pops. This is a new thing.
lies have always been at the
The thing is, I shit on people for the Funko Pops a lot. Obviously, I do because they're soy, but I also buy Lego sets, so I don't know that I'm that much better. But the cope is that Legos are based and Funko Pops are not, and I'll never explain why. That's basically the way that I'm gonna see it from now on. Legos are cool, they're based, they're red pilled. Funko Pops are soy and blue pilled. So I am actually cool. I'm actually based.
Forefront of controversy surrounding her, but the Irish Eyes incident would take it to a whole nother
Irish
level.
Eyes?
Sara has a habit of taking people's artwork, music, photographs, and calling them her own. This has happened countless times, and some of them have been more catastrophic than others. More on that later. But the point I'm trying to make here is that she's very fond of taking these things, slightly altering them, and then putting them out there as her own 100% original work. A prime example being the Irish Eyes incident.
Irish
Sara would take
Eyes.
song Irish Eyes by Rise Betts, change a couple of words, and then claim that she came up with the whole thing originally.
That's awesome. She's just stealing from artists? That's based. I feel like it's obvious. I feel like pretending that you made art that you didn't make is really funny. Two Med used to do that. I think that's funny. She went base mode on that. Stealing from artists? Hashtag based.
While I can't play you the original version of the song, I can show you Sara's version, which is a sight to behold.
My father says I have Irish eyes, Irish eyes, Irish eyes.
Wow. I feel like she's not even naturally that bad of a singer. I feel like she could probably sing well. Most women, I think, can sing decently if they really try. She's like completely tone deaf.
My father says I have Irish eyes. They go ever so green on a bright spring sky, but they're never so green as when I let them cry. My mother says I have Puerto Rican hair, Puerto Rican hair.
Your mom didn't say you have Puerto Rican hair. Your mom didn't say that.
Brown like the bark of a palm somewhere, like the bed of the rocks where the sea meets, like a thorn in the stem of the Spanish flower.
It's not even that bad, honestly. Her singing's not even that bad. It was way worse than the first one, but her singing is fine. Yeah, you guys want to check out this song I just made? Let me just put it on real quick. You guys have probably never heard this before. It's kind of a new song. I've been working on it for a long time. It's
it's
my
Paul.
kind of original type
I was
thing.
listening to the
I'll just play a
album.
little bit of it. This is like a sneak peek, obviously, but you guys can, there's nothing you can look up to find it. You can't find it anywhere.
Luck. You're on your own.
We've got a problem. Check this out.
So, check this out, bro. Just gonna show you a little sneak peek.
The problem people had is not her singing this song, but her claiming that she came up with the whole thing herself. And like I said, this happens
Look at how weird she looks. She looks so angry. I would not want to see this face at 3 a.m.
with other forms of media as well, including artwork and photographs. But the plagiarism is just scratching the surface, guys. Let me read some of her boldest claims. That she is Jacksepticeye's cousin. She's got pictures of him in her basement.
Jacksepticeye's cousin. Is she just trolling? Is she like a 5D level troll that's just trolling everyone?
Just cluttered under some stuff. She'll even get mad when you call him Jack and not Sean. She claims to have anxiety Tourette's, though we've never seen any
Anxiety
proof of it.
Tourette's. What is this a real thing? Anxiety Tourette's. Depression, anxiety are common in these patients. Tourette's syndrome is a disorder. Is anxiety Tourette's like a specific? What's the difference between anxiety tics and Tourette's tics? So she thinks she has tics or anxiety. Me too.
Claimed to have been an
She
understudy
should claim a gym membership. True.
on a Broadway play. Fans confirmed this was a lie by aligning some pictures of a play that she went to see around the time she claimed she was acting in it. One of the most convoluted ones I could find was where she claimed she was hit by a bus when she was 15. She said this put her in a coma.
I'd imagine I was gonna make a bus joke. Never mind. You can imagine where that was going.
Stopping her brain from further developing. Later, her story would change when she claims it was a car and not a bus. Sara's mom would publicly state that the car barely hit her, and Sara was just simply overreacting. Much like Sara.
Imagine like you're posting lies on TikTok and your mom is calling you out. Even your mom thinks you're so stupid that she's coming out of the woodwork to call you out on it. Imagine if I made a drama video on my mom made a bunch of Facebook posts. She was like, I disagree with my son. I actually think that he is wrong. He exaggerated everything. He exaggerated everything.
Sara's story, her mother's story also changed to match exactly with Sara's. Her mother even stating that she suffered a similar incident when she was younger.
And when we got to the island, I was just trying to eat my lunch on the island, which is like one of the many mini islands in New York on the river. There are hundreds actually that you could like camp out on and be safe. So one day I was just eating my apple and my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and she decided to punch me
You've never eaten an apple. Don't lie.
in the spine.
Why is everybody punching this person? Why is everybody beating the out of her, apparently? Why is everybody beat the shit out of this woman? She's just being attacked on all sides. She's like a target for missiles.
It wasn't cool.
They
of her. I
immediately lock on. They can't help but just send the heat seeker.
don't know why she punched me in the spine, but she did. And I went to the tall pier. Like, you could climb this tall rock. So I sat on the edge of this rock just to try to cool off. And I accidentally dropped my apple in the Hudson River, and I wasn't even done eating it. So it sucks I lost my apple. But when we got back, it started to rain on the Hudson River. So we were like trying to canoe back as fast as possible to the shore. It was like maybe, I don't know, 30 meters from the island to the shore. And our canoe, my canoe that I was in, I wasn't canoeing. I was sitting in the middle because I was a big girl and wanted me to sit in the middle.
I was a big girl.
And the canoe flipped over, and I tried swimming with my life vest, but when I found out when Emily hit my spine, which is dead center, she kind of moved one of my vertebrae. Like, she punched me so hard in the spine that it moved one of my vertebrae. So I was in a life.
Is that even possible? I guess if you're like an MMA fighter trained to know how to take out someone's T5 or whatever, but some random woman punched you so hard that she gave you scoliosis? What the f are you talking about? There is this genre of people on TikTok that exist that are constantly talking about their afflictions and their illnesses and how they've been wronged in life. Not that some of them haven't, but I just find it very cringe when people's entire content, people's entire life is just talking about how much they've been hurt by people. I don't know. Get the fuck over it. You got to move on. Talk more about Eddie Munson.
River, and when someone pulled me ashore, which is just one of the older like counselors, I said I need to go to a hospital, and they didn't believe me. So I literally got hypothermia. I got sick, and my spine was purple.
One of Sarah's most
spine was purple.
Convoluted lies.
My spine was purple.
Would have to be the "Why does bad things happen to me" TikTok video, where she claims that after a group of teens on bikes pushed her down a hill, she crawled up to be helped by no cars passing by. This would lead to her weeping and contemplating society, all on camera. She claimed that Stan Lee offered her a speaking role in one of his movies.
What is that? Did she make this?
And that she had a cousin on the set of Stranger.
What is this? It's like a little fairy princess, a Tinkerbell type thing. Tinkerbull.
Things Season 3, who let her hang out around the set.
Bro's a bloody Sub-Zero, punching people's spine in.
I've got just one more lie of Sarah that I'd like to cover, and it's a doozy. The TikTok where Sarah claims she ended a domestic terrorist incident with nothing but the power of interpretive dance. Much like...
She's like the, I could have stopped 9/11 Mark Wahlberg type thing. If I'd been in those planes, things just would have gone a lot differently, let me tell you.
Like in the show, The OA. I could go on with instances like this all day, and so could Sarah.
No, I will not leave us out of this because we, as Puerto Ricans, have to stick together.
Don't ever say anything like that, ever. Have to stick together! We have to stick together as Puerto Ricans! We have to stick together! Stop. Don't say anything like that. Don't speak in that inflection. Don't say anything with that content. Imagine if I made a video and I was like, we as white people have to stick together! We have to stick together! There's no reason to say something like that. Sara Rawrr. I'm more of a Zach Rawrr guy, personally.
And no, I don't speak very good Spanish, but my abuela and my rest of my family at least can understand.
We as Kekastanis have to stick together! We as red pill gamers have to stick together! We as Yakubians have to stick together!
We have a conversation because I understand Spanish. And if you don't believe me that I can speak a little bit, here I go. I'm gonna name food that is from Puerto Rico. Empanadas, chicharrones, rice en gandules, pasteles, pincos.
Bro. Why are you doing this? Dude, as a Mexican, I can personally tell you that, like, you know, like, I know all the foods, like tacos, chalupas, flautas, carne asada. Yo soy muy mexicano. Yo soy. Chimichanga, burritos, jarritos soda. Like, stop, bro. Why would you do this? Tu mamá, mamo, mi pene. Por favor, mamo. Por favor, mami. Mamo mi pene. Nachos El Grande. Bro.
Panin, sweet plátanos. Am I not convincing enough that I'm Spanish?
Sarah had told so many lies that I don't even know if she knew what the truth was anymore. So when I came across some disturbing allegations of things that she was doing on her Twitter page, at first I took them with a grain of salt. But sadly, there was a lot more to it, and this is where the video starts to get a little darker. As we covered earlier in the Eddie Munson section, Sarah is a gigantic fan of the Netflix show Stranger Things. This show features a cast of primarily children fighting some kind of interdimensional invasion, from what I can gather. But I'm not getting on to Sarah for simply liking the show.
Love the towel, by the way.
What I'm criticizing her for is some of the artwork.
And on Pride Month, nonetheless, Kiwi Tapes is truly homophobic for this.
work that she reposted to her Twitter account. Back when Sarah's Twitter was still public, she would post a staggering amount of NSFW content, usually drawings of characters that she enjoyed from various franchises. And as we talked about earlier, Stranger Things is her favorite franchise. And some of this art included children. Though Sarah simply screenshotted this art and claimed it as her own, she was still spreading around these illicit materials. When all of this was discovered by the public,
So she like stole lolly art and she was like, this is mine actually. I actually made this. That's hilarious.
she was rightly criticized, and Sarah scrambled.
Out of curiosity, how often do you use Kiwi tapes and Smoky MCC for research? Their content is goated. I don't usually use other videos for research. I try not to. Sometimes when we finish research, we'll review videos to see if there's stuff we missed, but generally speaking, we try to just go straight to KF or stuff like that for research stuff, because with videos, you just never know. Not to shit on Smoky MC or Kiwi, but it's just good to try to get more primary sources rather than secondary stuff, because, you know, you just don't want to repeat all stuff from what they say. And then also, like, we need source material, we need videos, we need screenshots. I don't have to take it from their video to use it.
To explain her actions. One excuse was that people were paying her to do this. Another one was that she was hacked. But once she saw that no one was buying the lie, she began to lightly address it in her live streams.
Yeah, I like what I like, as long as it's not breaking any U.S. official laws.
She doesn't give a shit.
Enjoy it, but you do you.
No, I'm just saying, as long as it's not breaking any laws, I don't think that's like a crime.
I mean, in a literal
Yeah,
sense, if it's not breaking the law, it's not a crime, but it can still be wrong. It can still be wrong. I'm surprised, because this seems like kind of a pro-queer LGBT TikTok creator, and usually those people are very anti-lolly stuff. They're kind of, they come down hard on it, so it's surprising to me that she's defending this.
Just let me like what I like. It's like, I'm not...
She's not. Let me just clarify that she's not attracted to children, everybody.
Let me just clarify. That's never a good sign. You never want to be in a position where you have to say, let me clarify, I'm not attracted to kids. That's not a good position to be in, ever. That usually means something's gone horribly wrong. Generally, it means something's gone very, very bad.
So just like...
Exactly, I'm a nanny. I babysit.
Yeah, she's not.
Tim's seen me work with the kids I work with.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping.
I'm not a... I mean, I may like the art, but, you know... To be clear, I'm not attracted to real kids. By the way, I'm a nanny. Great defense.
Over at Tim's house.
Get a pretty good
Great
rating. What do you
defense,
think,
bro.
When she realized that she would not be able to...
What is she wearing? This is some kind of like vampire cosplay? What is this? This is a very flattering costume. I don't know what else to say. It's just fire.
explain herself, she privated
Fire
her Twitter
fit.
account and now tries to sweep any mention of this under the rug. Sarah's defense reminds me of a certain someone. By claiming that these images are drawn and not real,
Is that White Bowser there?
makes it okay. But it has been well established that it is the intent behind these drawings and the desire that is carried with them that everybody finds disturbing. It is not simply the fact that it is drawn illicit material, it is the age of the characters depicted, and the workarounds that some people employ to try to make it okay in their mind. Just because this little girl is actually a 9,000-year-old vampire is no kind of defense, and public backlash for these kinds of things will always be swift, as well as unforgiving. Look at Bosch, a guy—
I mean, it depends on the community is the thing. Like, the VTuber community, not that long ago, I saw someone post some giant some giant long, it wasn't even a twit longer, because now on Twitter you can just make giant posts. It was some VTuber person, and they were like, I'm sorry that I shit on people for liking LOL. I realize the error of my ways, and it's like, and people in the VTuber community were like, based. Thank you. We appreciate your solidarity with us. It was like, what the f? The VTuber community is crazy. They exist in a very weird space online, I will say. It's obviously not, it's not all of them, but that one was pretty popular from what I saw. It had like 10,000 likes on that tweet.
guy whose career in content creation was looking up until he revealed a folder full of images, much like what Sarah enjoys. And society—
In fairness, not that I want to defend Bosch, but he's basically been stuck at the same sub count for years. Like, he's been at 400k subs for like 3 years or something. His videos, like, he does have his base, but it's not like he was like growing a lot or something. Like, it's not like it stunted his growth. He's still getting, even after all the lolly stuff, he's still getting pretty consistent views. So his audience didn't seem to really give a basically. VTubers aren't beating the allegations. It seems that way. Yeah, it didn't really affect his career that much. I mean, temporarily, everybody knew him as like the guy, and then it just went away. Vosh has no base. I mean, maybe you wish that were true, but he undoubtedly has an audience that watches him, you know? Even getting, I mean, he's live right now, and this is like a fundraising gaming stream, so this is low viewership for him. I've seen him stream on YouTube before in the past few months, and he's had like 4,000 to 5,000, 6,000 people watching him live, which is pretty impressive. So he definitely has an audience. Not that that's necessarily a good thing, but they're there. They are there.
Society has deemed rightly so that these behaviors are unacceptable, but Sara can't wrap her head around this. Through a combination of arrogance and believing her own lies, she has convinced herself that it is only a select few that think these types of behaviors are unacceptable, preventing her from taking...
This is a crazy fit, bro. I feel like the visuals for this video, you could almost watch it on mute. You could almost watch this entire thing on mute, and it would be just as good, because just looking at her, I feel like you get most of the information you need.
Taking any kind of accountability or making any kinds of changes. While I found Sarah's Munson posting absolutely hilarious, I find that it is the other kinds of posts that she is making that are more telling of her true character. And that's all I have on Sara Rawrr today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, especially till the end. Really helps the channel out, pushes the video to more people. A big thank you to all of my channel members. You guys really are the best. I've said it a million times, but the place wouldn't be the same without you. And
all right, good video from Kiwi Tapes. Generally, every Kiwi Tapes video I've seen is pretty good. Always good to hear about these people from this side of TikTok, the side of the internet, you know. Because I have covered TikTokers, but I only mostly hear about the bigger people that are talked about, like let's say Nova Online or Jupiter the Hybrid. These are the people I know about. You know, obviously I hear a lot about Tapayachu, however you say their name. But it's interesting, they have their own whole little community over here where they cover like a lot of TikTok locales, other people too, but a lot of TikTok locales is their bread and butter. Pretty interesting.